Zach is back. Today, I want to share with you my first boxing match ever. And I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say this again and again and again. My first boxing match was the scariest thing I ever done in my life. I know I did talk about previously about the swimming, right? That was one, big one. But the scariest thing I ever done was my first boxing match. First boxing match, I was in my preteens. I was training, a very disciplined young man. And my coach says, hey, you're ready for your first fight. Clueless. I'll do some sparring in the ring, do my little stuff, hitting the bags, all these other things that boxers normally would do. And he says, you're ready. He signs me up to a boxing tournament called the Kit Gloves, which is one level lower than Golden Gloves for, age purposes. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I went that day. It was an outdoor event, and I am nervous. I'm in the ring. I'm going to be with gloves. People going to watch. I'm going to fight someone I never fought before. I mean, it was an experience ever. Now, don't get me wrong. It was the most important thing in my life because I've been fighting all my life. I've been not giving up round after round. My first fight, I had to be calm. I had to be cool. I definitely had to be collective, as they say. We're just walking and talking, if that's cool with you. Thank you for hanging out with me. But my first fight, so here it is. I am the day of the fight. I'm there early in the morning. My coach picked me up. I get to the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx. It's an outdoor event. The outdoor event, it was hot. It was summertime. It was a lot of things going on. The ring was outside. The people were outdoors. People were just waiting. The boxers were just on the sideline, just warming up, sparring, hitting the bags and stuff like that. Then my coach comes to me and he says to me, hey, I got good news and bad news. I said, what do you mean? He says, the good news, you're fighting. I'm like, oh, great, cool. All right, good. But the bad news, now, so I was 147 at the time. As a 147, that's welterweight. And as a welterweight fighter, that's a different class. There are other classes, lightweight, then there's middleweight and heavyweight. Now, the rule is if there's no one in your weight division, you got to fight someone above your weight. So I'm 147 welterweight. So I had to fight someone that's a middleweight. Scariest thing ever in my life. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So he's like, all right, I'll see you in the ring. So I'm sparring and doing some stuff with my other trainer. And I'm there ready to fight. I go in the ring. He goes back. My other coach comes back to me. He's like, listen, I forgot to tell you, this is your first fight. This is novice. You get 0-0, but he has 4 fights. He's a middleweight, and all his fights was knockouts. So good luck. He walks away. I'm like, hold on. There's a what? And that was it. He left. Let's go walk over here. I'm like, all right. So I go up in the ring. They announce my name, Webster PAL. They named the other, I don't even know his name. Middleweight. Very, very, I looked at him, he's like, all right, this guy has experience. I'm just there. I had my black boots on. During this era was like Mike Tyson days. I didn't even have socks. When you're young. From there, what happened? Ding, ding. All of the nerves that I was going through, the scariest ones, went right in the garbage. It was on. 3 rounds, 2 minutes, it was on. And eventually, no knockout. I didn't get knocked out. Going back and forth, I stayed calm. I was very under control. Most people fight, and they fight with no control. When you're a fighter, a experienced fighter overall, doesn't matter what art or what type of technique, the key thing is to be very relaxed, and I was. And I stayed calm and did what I had to do. I go back to my training. And everything was done, and they had to make an announcement. The referee came on. They say unanimous decision. It was me. I won unanimous decision. The guy looked pissed off. Who cares? Unanimous decision. I even surprised myself. But I did what I had to do. I stayed calm. And what is the lesson today? The lesson today is whatever that you want to do in your life, get the plan, practice the plan, and execute the plan and stay calm. And you're going to win. Don't give up. You're going to win. I'm off. I'm going to go to memory lane right now, just thinking about this and talking to you about it. But don't ever give up. That was my first boxing match. If you want to do boxing, hey, we're going to do some coaching for you too. I don't care. I'll show you some stuff. But until then, have a good one.